Welcome to this episode of Kennedy Saves the World. And today, Jimmy Failla has to save me from wallowing in my own pity.
Oh, no.
I'm sending my oldest child to college.
You are.
Oh, Jim. I mean, it's tougher than I let on, but I need two things from you. Because you have a good global vision of the world, the Fox family, and even my family, Jim.
Yep.
I'd like to say it. And so what advice do I give her going to college? What do you tell an 18-year-old who's leaving home for the first time?
Let me just issue a qualifier because I do have a good knowledge of your family, but I traditionally tell people I'm hanging out with the Epsteins. I don't actually own the fact that it's your family. I mean, I've got a reputation. I say, no, I'm going to brunch with Ghislaine Maxwell is what I'm doing. Kennedy?
Little prison brunch, yep.
RFK Jr.? No, I'm hanging out with RFK Jr. We're actually telling people not to vaccinate their school children for polio.
And
I'm
if
kidding.
they do, they're asking for it from the CIA.
Anyway, as someone who cares deeply about your family, and I can't even fathom how it feels, just given it's really weird. Your kids grow up so fast. Like Lincoln is 14. Okay, Pele's going off to college, a few years older than him. And there's this constant crossing of thresholds that make, these watershed moments.
Yes.
Oh, they're in middle school. Oh, they're in high school. Oh, they're going to the prom. Oh, they're going to college. So in that regard, I really empathize with you in the sense that I know how, involved and devoted you are to your kids, but you almost still probably sit here right now feeling like you didn't spend any time with them. Like I hang out with Lincoln constantly.
Yeah.
But then I was like, this summer's his last summer of camp. You know what I mean? Because he's got, then the work release starts with the indictment and all that. But no. But the point is, I still feel like I'm like,
Poor
wow,
Lincoln on the chain gang.
I'm like, yeah, he's at the age where he's done with camp. I'm like, what a deadbeat. I missed all of it, but I didn't. I was there.
Yes.
But there's something about if you truly care about your kids that almost makes you feel cheated in the sense that it really does come at you fast. Knowing that to be the case, and she is going off to college, and you're trying to find some type of balance where you can be happy for her, but at the same time functioning because you are a little sad to have her leave. I think in this instance, the thing that's going to bring you the most peace of mind is making sure she has the best experience. And I haven't liked the Pixar film in a long time, but Pixar's model is a good model of parenting.
I don't know that movie.
Okay.
Is that awful?
No, the Pixar, I
thought there was a movie called Model because I lived it in the 90s, Jim. I don't know if you know that about me.
Me as well.
A lot of catwalking.
It was different for me because it was a before model. So they're like, if you could just turn sideways and be in the split screen.
Can I just tell you something funny really quick that'll make you laugh, and then we'll get back to the Pixar model. So my agent was also Sally Jesse Raphael's agent.
That's amazing.
In the 90s. And he was like, I want you to go meet with her. She's got a production deal. She can help you develop a talk show. And I was like, oh, great. So I went and met with her at her TV studio. I go into her office/dressing room, red hair, glasses, all done up. She kind of whirls into the office as soon as she's done taping a show, and she looks at me and she goes, oh, are you one of the before and afters? And I was so mortified. And I'm like, no, I'm like the future Ricky Lake.
So when do I start?
She had no idea who I was or why I was there. And she suffered through 15 minutes. She's like, okay, I'll get back to you.
I love this story.
Yep.
Sally Jesse.
So anyhow, the Pixar model.
Let me give you the
Toy
Pixar.
Story 3, there's no way I can watch that movie in the next year.
No. Oh, no. That's going to be heavy with the toys being given away.
Good. And he goes to college.
It's rough.
Drink water. That's so sad.
It's a lot. I get it. But the thing is that with the
Water.
Pixar, I know. Yeah. With the Pixar
Brought to you
model,
by Tito's.
what the Pixar model does is essentially the way they were making movies is by not micromanaging them. They were like, you're an illustrator. We'll check in with you in months. Okay, you're a scriptwriter. We'll check in with you in months. Now, obviously, you're not going to be that removed from your daughter's life. But the point is giving her the autonomy to go establish whatever her process is going to be and kind of grow into that experience of I'm at college now on my own. And just being there as the flight deck for her to radio back to. I think that's the Pixar model.
Yeah.
I don't know you as someone who's going to call her 17 times a day anyway.
No, 18.
I don't know her that'll take all the calls either.
No way.
That's the beauty of Pele. She's not afraid to let a voicemail get involved, nor should she be. But the point is, obviously, you root so hard for your kid in situations like this. And I think this is one of those moments where, as a parent, it's almost like their comfort with the situation has to supersede ours. So we almost have to do that stoic, stiff upper lip British thing.
It's true. No, it's so sweet. Like you're giving me all of this genuine, heartfelt, caring advice, which I need. But I was just wondering if I should send her with condoms and Narcan test strips.
Given that it's Ohio, okay, and my wife is from Ohio.
That's true.
And you know
know the real estate.
Jenny put up some numbers out there. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. A lot of miles on the old Chevy. You don't want to see the Carfax on that one.
Why is her jersey on the Ohio State rafters when she never played it down in her life?
It's weird. Never a down. And it's hanging up in the locker room of all things. She has her locker number retired. Not her jersey number, her locker number. Very interesting, Jenny. I kid. But the truth is, no, if you're going to send your kid off to college, especially in this day and age, and I think you've done a good job of this up until now, is you just want them to be aware. What does aware mean in this day and age to me? And I tell you this, I talk about it endlessly on the radio. Uh-huh. We don't live in a time of recreational drug use. That's my biggest concern for everybody who has a kid, is we mischaracterize a lot of drug overdoses as drug overdoses when in fact they're poisonings.
Yes.
And that would be my biggest concern for a kid more than anything, is just keep them away from pills. Pills cannot happen.
Pills and Coke. I mean,
Yeah.
I've always
powder.
told my daughter that whatever you do, whatever you put in your body, and I know there are a lot of parents who are more conservative, and my children consider me to be pretty strict and traditional in a sense, but we live in New York City. You have to talk about these things with your kids because they know people who have overdosed. They see people using drugs and defecating in the street every single day. Like we have to be a filter for them, but by the same token, you have to be realistic. And there are a lot of people who are like, well, no, I've raised them well, and they're not going to do any, and there's not going to be any premarital sex.
No, they don't know that.
I just don't want any premarital babies. I know that's a big ask,
but don't pull a Biden. Don't not talk to the kid. If the kid comes along, you know what I mean?
Oh, I'll raise the kid.
I love this. But it's true. And I have these talks with, Lincoln's 14, and I know he's around that element in his high school in some regard. And that's the thing I try to police harder than anything, is their personalities are fully formed, and they're smart, and Pele's obviously really smart. So I think in terms of, her social wherewithal and her academic wherewithal, it's where it obviously needs to be or beyond.
Yeah.
But I think college is still a different element in terms of how quick life comes at you, because you are operating untethered. Yes, your mom's back home in New York on the phone. Yes, your mom's going to visit from time to time.
And send you Sephora care packages.
Yeah, of course. But it really is the first time they're operating, with total latitude.
Yes.
And I think giving them a true awareness to consequence, not in a, fire and brimstone scary way, but in a realistic way. I think that matters more than anything. That's what I talk to Lincoln about the most.
It's funny because I tell her, I think there's a higher tolerance in terms of law enforcement in kids for things that happen in a big city. But in a small town, they're not screwing around.
No.
Like they will pop you for drinking under the age.
Dude,
they will pop you for possession.
In a small town, okay? That's how they keep small towns under control. Like, someone should write a country song about it.
Try that in a small town.
Try that in a small town.
Try bringing your fake ID to
in
Ohio.
A small town. Try that in a small town. It's just a video of young kids throwing up on sidewalks. Not in a small town. You ain't getting in the bar. But the truth is, it's true. When I drive through those small towns of Ohio, where she'll be, she's in Athens or wherever she winds up, Oxford, where Miami of Ohio is, the cops will pull you over for doing 36 and the 35.
Yes.
They're aggressive, but that is how they keep things under control. So they are aggressive with IDs and bars and everything like that. So it's kind of, the best advice for her is to go there, go all in, live your best Pele freshman in college life, but live it with an eye on the consequences of where she happens to be. That's it.
Yeah.
You want a responsible, fun, a fabulous year for her.
Yes, where she accidentally gets a great education.
Yeah.
That's what I want for her. And the thing that always, because we worry about our kids. It doesn't matter what they're doing, what we think they're doing. We always worry about them. And we always are gaming worst case scenarios. The thing that gives me, there are many things that give me hope, but one of the things that consistently gives me hope about my girls is their friends. And my niece once told me the phrase, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. Do you believe that?
In a lot of ways, yes, because I think we're all like products of this atmosphere that we create around ourselves. You know what I mean? If you're surrounded by ambition, you yourself generally have it. If you're surrounded by some type of restraint, you generally have it. So I would say in that regard, it's probably true because, I've been surrounded by both crowds, like the, really bust your butt, do the best you can crowd, and then the dirtbag crowd,
Yeah.
But I still like working here at Fox. It's, you know what I mean? But I miss the ambition of a taxi garage just the same. And I think it was the ambition of the taxi garage that got me here to the dirtbag crowd.
I like that the dirtbag to work ethic ratio is higher at Fox.
Oh, you better. Yeah, well, there's that. That matters. That does matter. Definitely. But no, in all honesty, the last thing I really would try to impart on my kid is you're going to go there, you're going to have the best time possible. You're going to try to get the best grades possible. But know that you, Pele, are investing in yourself over the course of these next 4 years. You are, in the next 4 years, going to take a big step forward or big step backwards or a big step sideways based on what you have to show for this experience. So if you go there with an eye on Pele, like live your life for the Pele you're handing it off to in 4 years, you wind up probably getting a more productive run. And I wish more people told you that, is that you're oftentimes, especially as a young kid, living your life for this future version of you that inherits it. So like my life in my 20s was, I don't know anyone with a better life. I have no idea how I lived through it. But in terms of the guy waiting to pull the baton at 30, he was like, seriously, dude?
This is what you gave me?
Is that a permanent face tattoo? Wait, she's pregnant with no health insurance and I have to go drive a taxi 3 hours from now? Thanks, bro. I hope you had fun in the casino.
I love it. What a great analogy that life is a relay.
Yes.
And, it's like, yes, of course, you hope that the faster leg is ahead of you, but you have to fight like hell to stay ahead of everyone else for the handoff.
So you go have a great time running that track, Pele, but you're handing that baton to somebody who would greatly appreciate you being further down the road than showing up to the next leg of the relay race in a toga with a face tattoo. Which, again, is not the end of the world. I'm proof. It's not the end of the world.
We'll come see you on Long Island at Christmas and see if we can fit the toga in the car and if the face tattoo
I can't wait.
has healed.
And even if she loses, Jenny can make her a gold medal, so she'll feel special.
Boom! Jimmy, thank you so much.
The best.
You're phenomenal. I'm going to give this to Pele and all the other kids who are going places. This has been Kennedy Saves the World, along with Jimmy Failla. I'm Kennedy.